is a war. It's happening now. It will decide the fate of humanity. The time to choose sides has come. We are the resistance. We are the info war. I want to talk about the nature of reality before we open the phone calls up here. The nature of what it is to be a human. We tend to individually have a feeling like we've been here forever and that we're never going to die, and to be overconfident until we get older, because we look around us and see institutions and buildings and culture and language and customs that took tens of thousands of years to develop on this planet with our species. And the rites of passage and the archetypal rituals that seem so comforting to us, that our great times 100 grandparents went through as well. And we now live in a time where those rituals and those rites and those human activities are being removed and scientifically dissolved and replaced with rituals of dehumanization and of consciousness suppression. That is the great crime of the New World Order. And I look at people who say they're bored or there's nothing going on in the world. That's because they are totally bought in to the mainline cosmology of sports and the drama and the movies and the celebrity that the 99.99999% of people will never be part of. And they imagine that it's like some golden field of the demigods, an Elysium, that they someday might be able to join if they play along with the system, and that is where the fulfillment lies. While fulfillment in the human process is waiting for you. Accessing the archetypes that access the epigenetics on record and the race memory proven in all major mammal species and the strongest in humans. You want to watch a movie? How about you watch one from 5,000 years ago? Where do you think all these instincts come from? Why are you scared at night going in and out of your door? Why is there anxiety? Why do children imagine monsters with big red eyes and big teeth? That's big cats, big bears. All of it is there. It's in chickens as well. You can take chickens 10 generations, indoors with no stimuli, and have a cloud go over projected on the ceiling, and have 10 generations later, they've seen nothing. Project a cloud, project a plane, but have a hawk fly over. They all run screaming and hiding, squawking. It's the same thing. They're trying to take all those basic instincts away from you, that in the DNA, in the neurons, in your cells have a memory that has now been proven. What all the ancients and what all the sages said has now been mathematically, scientifically proven. We are a collective mass tissue species where we are individuals, but together we form a giant group collective organism, a mass organism that at a sixth sense level, they've proven. They've done this with rhesus monkeys, where you'll have one island. Once you teach a certain amount of monkeys the trick on one island, they will magically, suddenly, that day, learn it on the next island 100, 200 times faster. It might take them 2 years to teach the monkeys how to do a trick, how to get something out of a bottle. But the day they start learning it over here, you can hand it to the other monkeys on another island, and they know how to do it. Now, what is that? No one knows, folks. There's a lot going on here. And the globalists are aware of all that and are trying to jack into it and hack it and block it. That's why they don't want you to be a natural man. They don't want you to be a natural woman. They don't want you to follow your natural instincts that will fulfill you, that will satisfy you. They don't want you to go through the rites and rituals of manhood. They don't want you to be feminine if you're a woman. They don't want you to go through those, because you will be fulfilled, you will mature, and you will activate all of the pre-programming that the Creator put into us. Because we are free will. We do have a consciousness above all this that rides it. But there are so many levels to our life, so many organs and cell systems and mitochondrial DNA and RNA interfaces and electrochemical processes where it's all interfacing inside your body and with other people, visually, audibly, through the tactile touch, through the smell, through the taste. I am all those that came before me. Their desperate battle to survive is now manifest in me and in you. I can feel their struggle and their strength. They are raging and seething for us to succeed. All of them stacked on top of one another, now with us. And then I look at the next generation, and I then join my ancestors from that perspective, looking out, only wanting us to colonize space, only wanting us not to destroy ourselves, only wanting us to succeed. And then I see the greed, the animus, the evil, the people turned to the jungle in this corrupt system to survive, believing evil and treachery is what has empowered them, and cold-bloodedness, when it is what has held us back to absolutely going to the next level. So I wanted today to just speak about the human experience. Life is like a 100-yard dash where you're born explosively into the world and your body begins to grow and you begin to take on all this information and the trials and the tribulations and all the new things and then the viruses and the bacteria and the language and the culture, and you're bombarded and you race right to the end. And then boom, the next generation takes the baton. And it's all these explosive generations. Back at 300, back in Greece, right through the Alamo, all through the billions of experiences, all the legends, all the men, all the women, all the people that fought and died, all the honorable, all the brave, all the wicked, all the evil, all the backstabbing. This one was strong, this one was brave, this one was bold, this one was lucky. There at the dark tower, Child Roland came, and for a brief moment, the hills lit up with fire, and I could see them all, and I was with them. Dauntless, lifted the horn to his mouth and blew. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. And when you figure that out, that you are all those people that came before you, and you are all those people that come after you, you're not going to worry about dying anymore yourself. You're going to worry about the consciousness you've got dying and the rituals that have been carried out by our ancestors not being carried out into the future, because then those rituals are needed in all the psychology, in all the anthropology, in all the sociology, in all of it. You need those to then activate all of the DNA strands, the 96% they said was junk that isn't, that literally then resonates and activates the data packets, the compressed data information we need to go into the future. And believe me, we need all of those struggles and all of that information to go into the future. The globalists are trying to block us off from that information because that is the answer. So there, my friends, really is the nature of reality, is that think about how we're alive for this short moment, interfacing with all this art, literature, and culture that our species has created. How can you not love humanity and want to embrace humanity for your brief moment of consciousness before you are re-uploaded into the next wave? And then there's a spiritual living forever as well that is certainly real and is the next level. God gives us life and creation on so many levels. That's what I've become to understand. We live on through our children, the surest way of living forever. We live on through the DNA. We live on through the art, through the literature, through the ideas. And the great human attribute, the true sign of being human, is not just forming our own environment, not just taking control of our own development. That is the foundation. But the great spark, the Promethean fire, is the desire to transmit loving knowledge on to the next generation and to build up the young of the future, because they are us. We are them. They will become the elders and fall like dust into the ground. This is the great truth. This is why you uphold your family name. This is why you try to be an honorable, good person. This is why you have a conscience. Is this good for humanity? And the globalists come with a counterfeit and say, yes, we are the collectivist because we are collectivists. And they come and they say, we're going to create a collectivism to help humanity when they're actually centralized parasites that hate humanity, that are using a collectivism to shudder and block and gouge out the eyes and the ears and the nose and the soul of humanity. And the sixth sense show that we cannot be individuals. We are individuals who are part of a collective and are meant to operate through free association and free will to take the greatest attributes of humanity through free association, to vote in free association, to uphold the greatest of our people, to then make that the model for others as a stairway to build even greater systems into the future. This is the human experience. This is the great goal. This is what can free us. Not Hollywood, not fame, not fake fortune, none of it. But building a true world, building a better world, building a free world based on due process, based on honor, based on our fathers and our mothers that came before us. The globalist social engineers are not just targeting us with propaganda. They are manipulating our genetics. We are being targeted at every level by estrogen mimickers that lower our testosterone and other hormones and natural compounds that the body needs. After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic super male vitality formula sourced from powerful organic herbs and then concentrated for maximum potency. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose. For a limited time, we are offering 15% off Super Male Vitality at InfoWarsLife.com to introduce you to this powerful supplement. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality. InfoWarsLife.com.